Hi, everybody. I am so excited. Julie Cole is joining me today. Julie is the co-founder of Mabel's Labels, and she's a mama of 6 children, which is amazing. And she's joining us today to talk a little bit about doing less and how we can get some tips on setting boundaries and saying no as moms. So, Julie, first of all, you have 6 kids.
Yep.
So it means
I say no a lot.
And not just to your kids.
No, that's right. I'm very good at saying
we all say it to our kids, but what are your thoughts? And I mean, basically, Julie is a mompreneur, so she's running a business, running a home, and obviously she's a media personality. She's a leader in online, what is that called? Like digital.
Yeah. I'm just, I'm kind of tweety. I'm kind of Instagrammy,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I'm just super involved in the mom community, right? I've been a parenting blogger for 15 years. I do, parenting panels for TV, that sort of thing, because I've learned a few things with all these children.
Somebody did ask me, why does she have 6 children? I was like, she loves children.
You know what? It is funny. It's a fair question. I get asked it a lot. And honestly, the true answer is that it was fun. I do like kids. And I think though, really, all my friends were like, oh, you'll know when you're done. You'll know when you're done. And I don't think I have the I'm done gene.
You just kept going.
I never had that. And even after the 6th, I was like, I could go again, but I was getting old. And I actually had 6 C-sections.
Oh, yeah.
So I was probably pushing the limits on the old uterus. But I actually did look into, we were trying to do an overseas adoption, and then it kind of fell through and it was kind of disappointing and whatever. So anyway, that's it. I've got 6. 6 bios.
That's amazing. And what would you say is one of the ways that you manage setting boundaries and saying no to be able to manage your life?
Right. Well, the fact is that I think what moms have to realize is that your time is so valuable and we have to be so productive. So I just think about, what are the things I can do to make my kids more independent so that they don't need me doing everything for them.
Yes.
And I'm quite happy to give a few examples. So I do say no to them quite often, and they know I say no as a complete sentence.
Yes.
But just little things like, if my kid came home today after school and said, oh, I need 2 dozen cupcakes for tomorrow, I would literally laugh in their face and be like, are you new here? Have we just met? There's absolutely no way that would ever happen. And they know that. They know that I need time. I need time to prepare for these things. They also know that I would not, as I tell them, I don't bake the cupcakes. I make the money that buys the cupcakes.
Yep.
I let the baker do the cupcakes, and I'll make the baker's labels, and and all. That's how the economy works. Let's support each other, women. So, and really a part of that, and you might want to write this quote down, moms out there, to say to your children, is that your lack of planning does not constitute my emergency.
Oh, yeah.
So, you didn't give me enough notice, then you go in tomorrow without the cupcakes, and that's just how it's going to be. And I'm the same about saying no. And this might sound a little bit mean, but honestly, it's not. If they forget their lunch, to bring their lunch to school, I don't bring it to them. They go hungry for the day, or they borrow an apple from a friend or a girl or whatever. And the reason is because I could be chasing my 6 kids around all day.
Yes.
Bring them the things that they've forgotten. Yeah. And how productive is that for me? How is that teaching? And it's not punishment not bringing them their lunch. It's just a natural consequence.
Totally.
If I forget my lunch, I don't get lunch. So, and I'll tell you what, they only ever do it once.
Yeah.
They only ever do it once. And the same with, if they forget their gym clothes, guess you're not doing gym today. If they forget a project that's due, guess you're going to get 10% lower by handing it in a day late.
Yeah.
But I will not chase these children around and keep solving the problems and saving them, because my time is too valuable for that. It teaches them nothing. And I will spend my life chasing them around. You know, in schools, they've got the school secretary, and there's like that table beside her where parents come and drop off the forgotten items at home,
Yeah.
that left at home. I call that the enable table. And it shouldn't be there because it is just enabling our kids to expect us to run around after them.
Oh, I love it.
So, yeah, again, it's not being mean, saying no to your kids. It's about teaching them independence, teaching them about natural consequences, and making them value your time.
Yeah, I
You
love
know?
it. And
Yeah.
then do you find like you have to do this in your personal life as well?
I do. Like, I find even like, you know, with work and with like some of this like kind of influencer stuff I do put up boundaries around
Yeah.
in those sorts of things. Like an example would be, you know, when I get asked to go to like say brand events or go to do speaking engagements, right?
Mhm.
Um, and I basically have a 10-point checklist.
I'd love this.
And
Tell us.
I
Tell
have,
us.
I have a 10-point checklist and I have to check off everything on it before I accept.
Okay.
Because I could be going to things all the time. So I have to make sure that they bring value
Yes.
to my life, my work, my time, whatever it is. And I will tell you one thing, actually, there's only 9 things on the list because I've got one thing on the list that trumps it all, and it's, do I want to go?
That's
Because
key.
in this age and stage, I'm like, if I don't want to go,
Yeah.
probably
I'm
not
not
gonna
doing
go.
this.
And if I want to go, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
So, you know, like I had a speaking engagement last night for a city councilor, and you know, it didn't check off all my 10 things, but I was like, I love what she's doing for women in her community. I love supporting that. So I've got an hour on a Wednesday night, no problem. I can do that. So,
Yes.
you know, there's that sort of thing. But I also think like for me, like as an entrepreneur as well, like I found there was this time where all these people who are starting businesses, and it still happens. I literally get asked every day, can I take you for coffee? Can I pick your brain? Can we go for
Yes.
I would be like full of coffee up to here if I took up everybody who wanted to go to coffee and pick my brain.
Yeah.
So so I don't say no, but I've just put some boundaries around it. So like it just got to the point where I felt like I was doing this every day and I'm like, I'm not a consultant.
Yes.
I have labels to make and humans to raise.
Yeah.
So how can I give back? Because I want to share what I've learned. And I find a great way to do this is things like this. You know, it can hit a whole bunch of people at once, and it's not
Yes.
just a one-on-one. But what I did do for the one-on-ones is I set a half day once a month apart, and I sit in a coffee shop, and people can book me for a half hour.
I love it.
Right? So that way I'm still contributing and giving back and sharing what I've learned because I'm so thankful for the people who made time for me. But I'm doing it in a way that I can still be super productive in all the things that I need to get done. So
Yes.
although it seems like a no, it's not. It's just a no, but you know,
Yeah.
I can do it with this way. And I just feel like that I've put some more control around that. And again, it's about having to value our own time and we have to be super productive, right?
Yes.
And I just find if one of those people can't meet with me, I'm like, that's fine. I do it again next month.
Oh yeah. You can come to the next session.
I don't say, oh, you know, I'll fit you in next week or why don't you pop my
Yeah.
I stick to it. You have to be disciplined about it,
Yeah.
right?
And I find a lot of moms that I know they have this guilt thing. Like if I'm not saying yes to the people in my life or even to my kids, I start to feel guilty. If I'm spending
Yeah,
too much time doing things for myself, I start to feel guilty.
right. And I do think, like, honestly, the mom guilt thing, like, it's a struggle, right? But I often say I gave up mom guilt 4 kids ago. Because, like,
Yeah.
honestly, like,
Doesn't help anybody.
what's the point? Like,
Yeah.
what's the point of just feeling crappy? Like, honestly, like, if I feel like things aren't balanced, if I feel like, you know what, I've probably been doing a little too much at, working from home, I should pop my head in the office a little bit more. Or if I'm been traveling too much, I'm like, oh, I just feel like I need to spend more time with the kids. Like, I don't feel guilty about it. I just make a change.
Aha.
Like,
Yes.
that's what I do. I don't complain. I always
Yes.
say don't complain because saying I'm tired has never got to me getting more sleep,
Never.
right? And this whole busy nonsense, like we're all busy,
Yes.
but we always have time to do the things that are important to us. So, you know what? The complaining about busy, I love when people complain to me about being busy. I'm like, you do know who you're talking to. You want to have that competition? You want to do competitive busyness? Don't even.
I love it.
Remember the 6 humans?
Yeah, exactly.
We all play hockey.
Oh my gosh, right? So sports and everything. Everything, yeah.
Of course, yeah.
So it's like, don't feel guilty, just do something. When you notice the feeling, you notice that energy, you think, I got to do something about this.
Let's shift that sure and be proactive. So be like, you know what? You're the author of your own book.
Yeah.
If you're like, okay, I'm not finding balance here, make a change.
Yeah.
Like that. But here's another little tip I want to give you around that. I do think that we are, like, as moms, as women, we are very bad at saying no.
Yes.
And I think there's a lot of pleasing that goes on. I think it's very cultural. I think we've been from the way we've been raised, to be people pleasers. And I'm going to say, like, I just feel like there's just so much gender stuff tied up in this, but I want to challenge you all to, how we all have these great to-do lists. Like, we've got, okay, all the things we've got to get done in these great to-do lists. I would challenge everyone to have a do not do list.
Yes.
What are you doing right now in your intimate partnership, with your kids, at your work, in your volunteerism? What are you doing that you should not be doing?
Yes.
And really, you know what? So switch your way of thinking. What are you doing that you can be delegating out? And, if you're one of those control freakies who's like, oh, I'm the only one who can do it this well, and entrepreneurs can be like that.
Yeah.
No doubt. You need to really let that go, because honestly, like, if you're working, say you do have a business, if you're that one who's putting out all the brush fires every day, if I was sitting there making the labels right now, well, who's doing the strategic thinking?
Yes.
Who's planning out? Who's marketing? Who's doing the sales? So don't get so busy working in the business that you forget to work on the business. So you need to get the worker bees in there doing some of the stuff. You need to get a virtual assistant. You need to do these things so that you can grow your business, right? So again, go to what are you doing that you should not be doing? And at home too, right? Like, I put one on my do not do list a few years ago, and it was so freeing. And you want to hear what stupid thing I put on my do not do's?
Yeah.
I do not unstack the dishwasher anymore.
Oh, that's huge.
Yep. I'm not doing it, man. I'm not doing it, man. And I'm telling you, I've got kids who can unstack dishwashers. It's an easy, good chore for them.
Yes.
And you know what? I've got a kid with a funny learning profile, right? Like, he's 10. He's got ADD, ADHD, LDs, and giftedness. Like, what? So how is my time better spent in the evening? Is it better maybe to sit with him and go over some reading with him, or let him tell me a story, or do some processing things with him, and getting one of the other kids to unstack the dishwasher? Or is it for me to unstack the dishwasher? No, like, that's not my time best spent.
Yes.
So I value my time, and my time, like 100 years out, it's going to be better for me to spend time with this kid than it is for me to unstack the dishwasher. And it's good for the kids to unstack the dishwasher, because it's good for them to have chores.
Yes.
It's good for them to contribute. And it's good for them not to get paid to do it. We just do these things because we're a family and we help.
I love that.
Right? So that's, don't ever feel guilty about giving them the chores. These kids, honestly, the kids, they become the hardest workers. They'll work hard at school. They'll work hard. They'll have, they'll be able to manage, like, crappy jobs in high school because you've given them crappy jobs at home. Preparing them for life.
It's so perfect. I love this reminder. Okay, so we're going to work on our don't do list.
Yes.
And for me, sometimes it's like, I will not pick up the stuff. Like, so I have to be okay to walk away and be like, I've asked you to pick that up, but I'm not going to do that.
Right. No, that's right. And you know what? I have a thing, like, don't make me ask twice.
Yes.
If, like, I've got actually a poster, I'm a big visuals for kids. I have lots of, like, charts and visuals and, like, boards, getting organized and out the door in the morning, that sort of thing. But I do have one really cool one that says how to get a second chore. 1, complain about the first chore. So as soon as I'm like, hey, can you please go and stack the dishwasher? Oh, but I did it last time. I'm like, okay, now I can restack it too.
Yeah.
There you go. You just got yourself a second chore. So they learn quickly not to complain. And the second way they get a second chore is they say, why isn't that sibling doing it?
Oh my gosh.
Right? Am I right?
It's so much of that.
Right? So much of that. Hashtag so much of that. So yeah, you go giving those kids second chores. If they complain about the first chore, or if they start whining about why a sibling isn't doing it.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, I'm sure your has too, mine. They just get all up in each other's business,
Oh,
don't they?
oh, she did it
I'm
yesterday.
like,
I did it yesterday. It's like
yeah.
so funny.
How many times I say MYOB in a day? They can't. They're
No.
incapable of minding their own business.
This is so beautiful. Thank you so much, Julie. You are, oh, I forgot to say, like, Julie is inspired me from 14 years ago. We were at the same wedding because one of our dear friends, to both of us, that's how we met.
Mutual friend, yeah.
Mutual friend was getting married, and Julie was there with her fourth child in a sling. We think maybe she was 6 weeks old or so.
She was born May 1st, and the wedding was, I think, June 14th or something.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
6 weeks old. And I was like, I had one child at home, and it was like such a thing to leave her. And I looked at Julie out there on the dance floor with that baby. I can do this. I can do this mothering thing. She's on
You
baby
got
number 4. So
yeah.
thank you for inspiring us.
Jessme still loves dancing. She does tap dancing. She does jazz dancing. She does all the dancing. And I think it was from that wedding.
I think you're right. So thank you for inspiring us. You're a wonderful mom and a wonderful
so much for having me. It's so great to see you and meet your community.
Okay, thanks, Julie. Have a great day.
You too.